In this episode, we're summarizing the 9th episode from Season 4 of the Wire series titled Know Your Place. The episode first aired on November 12, 2006. In the beginning, after a 15-month jail stint following his arrest alongside Avon Barksdale's crew in the episode called Mission Impossible, Pooh returns to the streets. Bodhi informs him about Marlo's threatening takeover, but Pooh remains unfazed, viewing one boss as similar to the next. Sergeants Herc and Dozerman, seeking little Kevin for questioning in Lex's murder, mistakenly arrest the shortest corner boys, unaware that Kevin's nickname mocks his larger size. Of course, he's big, but his name is Little. As they leave, amused by the officer's blunder, Bodhi and Pooh assign Naaman's new corner under pressure from his mom, Delonda. As we catch up with Tommy Carcetti during a meeting, informing Carcetti about the issues facing Baltimore as his administration begins, he proposes adding waterfront casinos to grow the tax base, but the idea is rejected in favor of a harbor promenade. City Council President Nerese Campbell voices suspicion over Carcetti's plan to raise the commissioner's pay given Irving Burrell's recent poor performance, explaining such a raise would never pass the budget. In private, Campbell reveals to Carcetti that outgoing Mayor Clarence Royce has groomed her as his successor. Angry at Carcetti and Gray for bypassing her in the line of succession despite her higher city council rank, she learns from Carcetti about his potential 2008 gubernatorial run. Carcetti hints that in such a scenario, she may become mayor through the line of succession as well. Carcetti, Norman, and Watkins agree that firing Burrell risks backlash from black voters against a white mayor dismissing a black commissioner. Carcetti unsuccessfully attempts to coax Burrell's resignation as Burrell understands the racial dynamics and refuses to resign unless fired. Instead, Carcetti instructs Rawls to restrict Burrell from initiating anything as commissioner without clearance. Carcetti then requests 2 promotions, Stanislaus Vauchek as Deputy Commissioner of Administration for his campaign support, and Major Cedric Daniels as CID Colonel, replacing the late Ray Forster. Carcetti grants Daniels carte blanche to reform investigative units, prompting Daniels to tell Rhonda Perlman about Baltimore's potential turnaround under the new administration. At the promotion ceremony, attended by Perlman, Carver, Greggs, and Sidnor, an uninformed Burrell remarks to Rawls about the expected Vauchek promotion being Carcetti's ally, but questions Daniels' promotion. Realizing this backdoor move, Burrell understands Carcetti has positioned the African-American Daniels as his potential replacement commissioner. In Prez's math class, Randy discovers he can increase candy selling profits by bulk online but needs a credit card. Claiming it improves arithmetic, Randy and Dookie ask Prez to order using his card, promising upfront cash payment while being warned against obtaining money through drugs. After school, Randy applies probability skills learned in class to win big form alleyway craps, accumulating enough to pay Prez, who reluctantly orders the bulk candy despite disapproving of Randy's gambling. At a faculty meeting, Assistant Principal Donnelly announces that all teachers, including math, must help students prepare for the upcoming standardized reading comprehension tests by teaching material focused solely on answering questions correctly to improve school scores. Prez compares this to police quote-unquote juking the stats. The repetitive new material leaves students unable to grasp language concepts as they are intended. Prez's class is seen as bored, and they perform poorly on practice tests, reflecting their lack of comprehension. At Tillman Middle School, Colvin's special class for the corner kids receives a teamwork challenge to assemble model buildings without instructions, with a downtown dinner promised to the fastest group. Naaman, Zenobia, and Darnell build a sturdy Eiffel Tower model, though Naaman pockets unused pieces, arousing Colvin's suspicion. Still, he declares them as the winners. Keeping his word, Colvin takes the trio to the upscale Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. While initially appreciating the new experience, Darnell and Naaman soon feel overwhelmed by the unfamiliar atmosphere and etiquette required. After leaving disappointed and rejecting Colvin's photo offer, Darnell requests McDonald's fries and Naaman blasts his hip-hop music. The next day, discussing the experience with Parenti, Colvin notes the students' capability for proper behavior was hindered by their unconscious corner kid tendencies once they felt confined, presenting a barrier for future progress. However, Colvin catches them boasting to classmates about the amazing dinner they had. Proposition Joe informs Marlowe about Herc joining the unit that brought down Avon Barksdale and Stringer Bell, and advises abandoning cell phone use entirely, prompting Marlowe and Chris to immediately discard one. With the New York dealers driven off and Omar's charges dropped, Chris learns Omar has been transferred from jail, deducing Andre testified against Omar before disappearing. Finding him becomes their top priority. Though threatening Andre's girlfriend yields no leads, they decide against harming. Unaware of Marlowe's association with Joe's co-op, Andre seeks Joe's help leaving town until safe from Marlowe. Joe offers $2,000 and transport north in exchange for Andre's store, ignoring his undervaluation claim given Andre's lack of bargaining power. Later, while paying Joe, Marlowe expects a discount for handling the New Yorkers, which Joe claims is already accounted for, hinting something you want will be returned free of charge. Instead of escorting Andre out of town as promised, Slim Charles brings him to the vacant houses where Chris and Snoop await with supplies. Despite Andre's pleas to be left somewhere his family can find him, Chris insists here is good, before leading him into one of the houses. Still troubled by Bugs' father's return, Michael avoids him and contemplates calling social services, but learns from Randy they would likely separate the brothers into group homes instead of simply removing his stepdad. Out of options to protect Bug, Michael confides in Dookie, who escorts him to Marlowe's courtyard, where he directly approaches Marlowe about a problem that he can't bring to anyone else. After being released from jail, Omar rejects Bunk's offer of a ride after promising never to kill again, insisting on remaining in the only home he knows, Baltimore. Staking out Andre's closed store, hoping to confront him, Omar assures Ronaldo that he merely intends to threaten Andre at gunpoint to honor Bunk's request. Later, while surveilling the public square frequented by Marlowe, whose identity was previously unknown to them, Omar and Ronaldo recognize him from a previous robbery, realizing the reason behind Omar's framing. Ronaldo grows concerned seeing Marlowe meet with Michael, but Omar dismisses the youth as just a kid. That was episode number 46, titled Know Your Place. To watch the next or previous episode summary, click on the link in the description or at the end of this video. If you made it to the end of this video, remember that I am summarizing this entire series as well as other popular works of culture like literature, movies, and TV shows. I have the playlists of our summaries in the description. If you found the video to be valuable, share it with a friend and click like so that YouTube can recommend it to other viewers like you. The best way to support this channel is by becoming a Patreon supporter or by buying us a coffee. You will find those links in the description. Doing this helps the channel tremendously. I really thank you for your support.